Tell it to got to tell it to quit shutting off on me.
Oh, I guess I have 2 of these. All right. We'll try those today. I think we should be live. Yes. Yes. Live.
Okay.
Hello,
So,
friends.
good morning. Good morning.
We were
Happy
just,
season's greetings and all that stuff.
I guess it's still the season.
Yeah, we still got.
But technically,
Actually, my brother informed me he's coming next week for the new year. So, okay.
oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I don't have any more guests coming.
So yes, I definitely have more guests coming. Okay, so no more auto lock on. I am in good shape
Yeah, I need to turn my
and ready to roll.
Yes, we're ready, hopefully, to roll. So many things to think about when you're in a sugar coma.
Well, and when I mean roll, I mean we are going to be rolling on our jelly plates this morning. Hey, Leslie's Creative Studio. Good morning.
Keep rolling.
Yeah. So this is all about, we didn't have time to really prep anything today, so we're jelly plating because we like the jelly plate.
Yep, we can always do that anytime, and people seem to love watching it. So we were just discussing the properties of paint, and then we were discussing deco art. So I got out my 2 tubes of deco art premium, which is different than the tubes they have now of traditions. That's what we were discussing. These should work. These, for me, in a very dry environment, don't work that great. And then I also have out, still trying to use up all these little tubes of Arteza acrylic paint, which are very economically sound to buy these, especially if you're starting out. And they work great on the plate, and you get them for a good price. And they've lasted me now. I mean, I think I'm in my 2nd year, and I still haven't used them all up.
Yeah.
So I got those out to use, and then these. And I have a few art presents I can show you. I finally got as a gift some golden gesso.
Cool.
Which I've been wanting. I've always had this cheap brand from Walmart, which is kind of a not very good gesso. I also got some oil paint sticks from Shiva, which I've been wanting to try. I wished I had this plugged in already. I got a Mr. Coffee mug warmer because every time I come up here to work, I have tea, which gets cold, and it's cold right now.
I think that's an excellent idea.
I got some of these Canva plein air art boards that Mary Beth Shaw was showing. They come in a tablet, but they're a thick board with a canvas texture on it. I wanted to try that, so I got those. And then my last thing that I got for art stuff for Christmas to share with you guys, and you'll be seeing me using these, obviously. This opens up somehow. Where is the opening up part? There we go. I got this, which I thought looked fun, which is some pins and then all these little ink cartridges of all different colors.
Awesome.
Doesn't that look fun?
Fun stuff.
I
want to say hi to the people that are joining us. We got Cindy Bagley just came in. And yeah, evidently my family doesn't know what to get me in the way of art supplies, even though I have a wish list. So I have my shopping to do on Amazon, I think.
Yeah, I was successful this year in giving everyone a list of stuff that I thought was cool. It wasn't all art stuff. There was some kitchen stuff too. Like I wanted an actual sharp chef's knife.
Oh yeah.
And I tell you what, I used it last night. It cuts through things like butter. I was cutting up a butternut squash, which is a hard thing to cut up. It was just cutting right. Oh, I was so happy. And also some oven mitts, because the silicone on my oven mitts had holes in it, and every time I was getting things out, yeah, burns.
Do you see that glass from the past down there? Hello, Sherry.
Oh, hi, Sherry. Haven't seen you in a while.
How are you doing? I hope you're having a good holiday.
Let's see. Leslie, Cindy, Sherry.
Yeah, even my brother said he didn't know what to get me because, you know, I'm on trying to follow a diet, and he says, I can't buy you food. I don't know what to get you for art supplies. I guess I'm just a mystery.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people out there like that. I have my own mysteries in my house here, trying to figure out what people want. But, you know, you want to get something that someone's going to use for reals.
So you're okay. She says she's usually at work. So you're actually going to a place job thing, huh? Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Haven't seen or talked to you, Sherry, for a long time.
No, we're glad to see you here, though. Happy holidays.
This poor brayer. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this poor paint. I tell you, this paint needs to be used up.
So I'm going to try working in a different way than I normally do today. I'm going to be using different, you know, normally I would build up an entire layer on my plate and then pull it up with a some other paint, you know, like that's how I do it. But I think I'm going to try to build my scenes onto my paper instead this time, which is going to be different for me because that's not how I usually do it. So okay, I'm going to try it out.
Working at our church, that's cool.
Because see, you can build up a real mixed media layered look by just using different parts of your paper on the plate. And I've got an 8x10, a 6x6, and a 3x5 or something out here. And I've really been debating. I want to do this, but and here's the dilemma, right? You're someone who is on the creative team for Stencil Girl. So you need to know when you're using what stencil you're using. But I really, really want to cut up these ATC stencils. But if I cut them up, I won't know which one they're from.
Oh, just label it and do it.
And if I get paint on them, you know, I write on them, oh, this is Seth Afters, and then I get paint on it, it's not going to show. So I haven't done it, and I really do want to. So
I have actually done it.
And I might cut them up today. I don't know.
So much fun.
I'm so tempted, I tell you, because I have these little pieces that I've cut up from other ones. Like these were actually recommended that you cut them up. I can't remember. I think it was a mashup one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to cut those ATC ones up. I'm just gonna do it. I've just been holding myself back from doing it.
Don't hold back. Just go for it. So I'm squirting a little Marabou spray on here because I need to use them up. They are an acrylic spray. And I'm also using some Deco Art Media Fluid acrylic because I like that. I like the combo of the blue and copper. It just reminds me of the patina that you get on copper. This is not really a blue. It's more of a teal. And so I want to get that down and transfer a little bit. I've got multiple plates going here because that's the way I like to work, so I can do, you know, run this stuff off of my brayer onto the plate and utilize every single thing.
Welcome, Sally. I'm glad you're here. She says she has, she doesn't like the results she gets with her plates, so she's glad to watch this today.
Okay.
And then, of course, I know she watches my channel and she's seen my videos, and then I'm going to try something completely different than what I normally do. I gel print all different ways, so it's not really that strange, but I just wanted to try a different way today. It's almost a new year, so why not
Right,
try
it
building my
is.
hair this way instead? So I think the main takeaway from doing it this way, though, is that you need to plan your colors.
Yeah.
And like maybe pick 3 coordinating colors that you like together. So plus neutrals are obviously fine. I started out with these 2 premiums from DecoArt, which are Cobalt Teal and Quinacridone Gold, 2 of my favorite colors. And it does seem to be going pretty well. I think I'm going to put in another color. I'm not sure what yet. Maybe a yellow of some sort. Maybe it could be, what color is this? Yellow ochre. Why not? Let's try yellow.
So now I want to pick that up. So I'm just going to put down some dark titanium white. And on both of these plates.
I also have an envelope of stencils from this month's stencil club from Stencil Gold that I haven't even opened.
Sounds familiar.
You're not opening those either?
It's been a busy month. What can I say?
Yeah. I noticed just this morning as I was looking around that it is actually here. I wasn't even sure it was here. I thought maybe with all the holiday stuff, maybe they were the mail was slow and I hadn't received it, but I was incorrect. It's just that there's been so much stuff coming in the house mostly from Amazon.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know it was here. So I should whip it out here soon and we'll play with that too. Oh, how about this Dottie one? That'd be a good one. Dottie. I do like Dottie things. Dottie.
So I just play back and forth between the plates. This I just want to put some texture down. Get a stencil here. This has some paint left on it, but I'm just going to use that to do a pickup. This is just some tissue paper. And that I need to pick up. And what do I want to use for that? Let me get a piece of black. This is just text weight paper that I get on Amazon. So I'm going to use that on there to pick that up. I've still got stuff going on this plate. I want that to dry down a little bit because I want to add yet another color.
Oh, this is fun.
So we got multiple things going on here.
Yep, multiple things for me too, definitely. Probably going to get even more crazy soon.
Yeah.
Because that's just how we roll over here.
So,
I like grids. I like rectangles and squares together for composition. And I think that that's kind of what I'm doing here with this style of gel printing, is to just kind of, I don't know, do it in layers of grids. Grids of layers of grids. Yes. Now, I know you guys can't see all my plates because of the way we're set up here on StreamYard. We share the screen becomes smaller. Also, this poor brayer. As soon as I get done with this, I'm going to have to soak this. If you soak brayers in water with Murphy's oil soap, it will help peel back all these layers of paint that you get on there, which are so annoying, and they will come back to life. And this one is, you can see on my roll-off, well, you can't see on my roll-off paper, never mind. You can see on my roll-off paper, when I'm rolling it off, it's so bumpy that it's actually leaving texture. That's how filthy dirty. This particular brayer that I use all the time is just dirty. Oh, that was a nice one. Okay, let's get some more of this color down here. I think we need it right there.
So this I was experimenting with this morning. I actually was using some sprays on this, and what I did was I put down some weathered wood to see what that would do with the sprays, see if I could get some texture going on. Let's see, I need a knife. Here we go. I just put down some weathered wood first. Okay, and this is an Americana product from Deco Art. And it typically gives a crackle finish. So I'm going to brayer out the weathered wood first.
And you're using that as a base for your spray.
I'm using it as a base for my spray. Yeah.
That is a smart idea, woman.
So I've got the weathered wood down. Now I'm going to take some of these shimmer sprays, if I can get them to come out, because you know how sprays are. We all know how sprays are.
Yes. No matter what they say, no matter how many times they say it, sprays clog.
Yeah, and I need to use up my sprays because I really get frustrated with things clogging up here. Okay, this one is definitely not spraying. Try something else. Oh yeah, that one's coming out. Maybe a little bit. Got about 2 squirts before it quit. Let's see what else I've got here. That was a Deco Art Media spray. This one is Marabou. Let's see if I get anything on the Marabou. Nope. Okay, so when all else fails, you just take the sprayer off and you dump it. And let it blend on the plate. And I'm going to add a little bit of this cobalt turquoise hue fluid. And we'll mix that around a little bit. Oops. Got it going right off the edge.
I'm pretty happy with that.
So now I've got a real wet thing going on here. I've got paint over here. I'm going to pick up some of that and transfer it because I can. Because I just want to create a print.
Welcome, Gina.
And we'll get another stencil out here.
I think Gina's been suffering from the idea that it's a new year and everything's ending and everything's beginning, and she just can't feel like arting at this point, and that's so normal. I've seen her post on Facebook about her muse and her muse being absent and not wanting to do anything and just being a jerk.
You know, we get busy with everything else at this time. I mean, the honest to gosh, guys, I came down here this morning and my stuff was still on the desk from last week.
Yeah, me too.
And it's like, okay, I need to clean up before I can even do anything because this is a disaster area. So I'm just going to let that dry a bit. And I want to come and get a pickup from this one here, but I think I want something wild and wacky. So let me get a different tone here. I want, not finding the color I'm looking for. So in that case, the punt. Let's go with this. This is a Americana premium green gold. I like green gold. It's one of my favorite colors.
Oh, green gold's a gorgeous color.
Yeah.
So this is just cleaning off all the stuff from the plate that I had put on there with one clean swoop of neutral, which is buff dark, I think. Yep, titanium buff deep. Nice neutral color to just pick it all up and see. You can see that these two in a collage will go together very well because they're the same tones and colors. They look very desert, so probably gonna go with some cactuses or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna try it on a darker background next. I also have some of this text weight. I think this is the text weight. No, this might be the cardstock weight. This one's text weight. I don't know why I have two different ones in the same package, but that's how things go around here. So,
hey,
yeah,
Marilyn, good morning. Hey, Gina.
Hi, Marilyn. People are talking about how they haven't been doing much art lately, and they're planning on getting back to it in the new year, which I think is just awesome. So how do I want to do this? I want to use some opaque colors.
You know, the holidays
show up
and kind of devote some time to family and that.
What colors will they be? That's the question.
Okay, so there's a nice grungy print. I think it needs something else over the top of that, but I'm happy with the first layer. And we've got all this goodness here. This is still drying down. I've got a pickup going on over here. Let's see what we get. Oh, yeah. This is just the kind of thing I like right there. Good and grungy. And before I stick my
so these are all my opaque colors from the Arteza. On the Arteza, of course, white. Oh, and apparently raw umber too. And in fact, on most paints, when you buy them in the tube, the acrylics, they have these little indicators. Like this one is a full square, and this one is a half. And then I don't know when I have one that's completely transparent, but that tells you the transparency of the pigment. So since I'm going to work on black, I want opaque colors. So I'm going to try to pick a color scheme from the ones that say they're opaque. That's my plan. How about we go with some cerulean, some crimson, and maybe this cold gray. Maybe some orange. I like this orange color. Orange yellow. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have to do a little bit more thinking because I've changed the way I'm doing it. I have to think. I can't just wing it like I normally do, which is really more fun.
No winging?
No winging. I got to think about what I'm doing for once. It's a very sad story.
I wonder what will work for a spray here. I wonder if I have anything that will even spray. Give it a try.
Still got a bunch of paint on my 6x6. I'm just going to let it build up. And then I'll pull it all at once. Oh, the sprayer. It's just sad.
Okay, that is a Deco Art Media Mister. And I don't think they're even selling these anymore. I think they had too much bad press.
The Deco Art Media Misters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they're off the market. They probably have to refine that.
Oh. That's a pretty color. I think I need a little bit more across here. Just pick up a little bit more.
Okay. Let's see if we're getting off. Not much.
Yeah, I like these cut up stencils a lot better. I'm just going to do it with those other ones.
So, I don't know if I want to go over this one. Let's see.
So cute.
Something like this. So many choices.
Well, that does become the situation, doesn't it? Like, way too many choices around here. Okay, this one is cerulean blue.
I think I will use this one. It is still drying down.
Now, what shall I use?
I've actually cleaned them out over and over again, Leslie. It doesn't, the sprayers just have a whole lot lacking. Somebody needs to develop a really good spray for acrylic.
Seth Apter claims he has. His eye zinc or whatever it is from France, he says that they do not clog.
Yeah, but they're not acrylic. They're water-based.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Well, even the water-based ones I have clogged, so if they can fix that. Every single sprayer I have clogs. Every single one.
Well, this one's working pretty good right now. This is a DecoArt Media, but don't ask me why this one works and the others don't. I have no clue.
Because they're contrary, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that turned out pretty fun right there. Gonna need
So I think I'm going to try picking up on the back side of this one.
All right, let's add the next color I picked. What did I pick? I don't like the choice I picked. I'm putting it back. We're going to go with a darker, more purple. Oops, no, that's completely transparent. What do I want? What do I want?
Okay, Sally, I'll try some of those. We'll see.
No, not that.
I've made my own sprays, and every, I don't care what it is. They all want to clog on me. And even when I finish a session and go in and rinse out the sprayer right away, yeah, still have clogs.
Well, I think some of my clogging situation in my case is that I live in a very dry environment, and no matter what I rinse out of there, I still have something left, and then later on I come back and it's just clogged. It's just
yeah. All right, so let's get some paint on here.
This is fun.
What's that?
Doing it this way as opposed to the way I normally do it.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time over here.
Oh, well, good.
Just building it up in quadrants with different stencils, and it's just fun. It's fun. Now I think we're going to bring in something lighter. So let's bring in, what do I want? I really want my Naples yellow, but it's empty. Maybe I can use this orangey Naples yellow, which is not as fun.
It should be okay, right?
Yeah, I got orange on there, so. I just want to pick up some of this pattern that's building up on my plate. It's so interesting. So maybe I'll just...
Hey, Jay Wilson. She's loving it, Shel. She's loving it.
Thank you. I think her name is Jane.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not always the best with names, even in real life. I see people at the store, and I know that I know them, and I know their name, but I can't think of it. It's so embarrassing. It's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? I have no idea who they are.
Well, I have permanent cranial vapor lock, so that's normal for me.
Is that what it's called?
That's what mine's called, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, that turned out good.
Okay, it's Julie. All right. Hello, Julie.
Okay, so I'm going to try to remember that.
I'll try to help you remember, but
there's someone else that
there's
has
no
a J, and it's Jane. Someone else. I don't know. In fact, I can even remember people's kids' names better than I can remember the people's names. Isn't that embarrassing? What's
really bad is when you remember their pets' names.
Oh, yeah. That could happen too. It's also a little weird when you're kind of in the public eye and people know you better than you know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like people will talk to me as if we've known each other for years and years because they've watched videos and they've listened to me talk.
Yeah.
They know things about my life, and yet I don't know them at all.
Well, it's okay. You can shake your head.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's super cool. I might need to darken back up these areas a little bit, though, just because they're really pretty bright. But other than that, it's super cool. I'm having fun.
Yay. That's what it's all about, having fun. All right, what stencil do I want to go to now?
Nope.
Should I put some of... Yeah, let's put a little of that on there. And change up colors again. Let me see if I can get anything out of this spray. Or not. I swore I had some of those working this morning.
What do you think of this one? Do you like it? It's pretty cool.
I like that color, Shel.
Interesting combination. What do I do with the other ones? Oh, okay. All right, so then I can pick all this up, and I can pick all this up from this one, and there'll be other interesting patterns and shapes based on that. I think I'm going to use the same Naples yellow to pick this up. So to me, Naples yellow is a neutral, even though it's in the yellow family, especially the one from Liquitex. This one from Master's Touch, which is the inexpensive acrylic from Hobby Lobby. It's more of an orangey color, but I absolutely love using the Naples yellow from the Liquitex Basics, which is the cheaper Liquitex, as a neutral. And I need to get another tube of it because I really need it. I need my neutral back, and it's empty. No matter how hard I push on that tube, and it looks like it still has paint in it, it's a lie.
That's one thing that I discovered early on. For me, I like working back and forth between the lights and the darks, you know, as you do your layering. And so, oh boy, that's really wet. That didn't work at all. That's a mess.
Welcome, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie. Morning, morning. All right, I'll just clean up some of that because that's a mess. And I got way too much on this one. So let me take my stencil and clean a little bit of that off.
Ooh, that is fun.
Still a cool effect, right? Still a cool effect. Now I've got something more of what I'm looking for there. So now I can do a pickup of that.
My camera move again, or did I move? I moved. Pesky, pesky.
Yeah, the black's really cool, and craft paper's really cool too. I just didn't lay my hands on it this morning. I was playing nursey to my husband, so I didn't get done with my stuff. But you know, I like the contrast that little bit of black in the background brings to that. You guys see that? And then I still got all that goodness for another pickup. So I want to do a contrasting color. This is real light, what's on here. This was that first job. So, I mean, this is still fun to work over too. And then to go over this, I want another color. So let me get, here's a premium in a cobalt turquoise. Oops, this hasn't been opened. I think I won't. Let me use this other cobalt turquoise hue.
So this poor tube lost its lid. I put tape on it, but I don't know if anything's going to come out.
And what one was this? This was the green gold. I think I want, no, I don't want green gold on that. Never mind.
You don't want green gold?
Done.
Oh dear.
Well, not on that. I need something different on there. I think I want a dark blue on that. You know?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Blue on that.
Sometimes it's just not the right choice. Green gold is such a pretty color.
It is. So I want to kind of see the design underneath here. That's why I'm taking the paint and moving it onto another plate. And then I'm going to grab a piece of paper. This is just text weight paper. And I'm going to do that. I've got this down here. I've still got wet paint on here, so I'm going to put that down. I'm going to pick up that blue out of the holes in my stencil, like so. Then I've got this mixture here because now that paint, that wet paint that was on my stencil has transferred, and I've got a little bit of that blue in the background there. So now I can come and do a pickup. And remember I said I wanted dark blue, but I think what I'm going to use is this Pebeo Dyna. This is a blue iridescent. So I'm going to let that dry down a little bit, but I'm going to try a little bit on this one over here and do a pickup. And let's see how we're working on this one. See, I can work several plates at the same time here. Oh yeah, I love this one. On the money. Got that one. Loving it. Yeah, that's my kind of print. Yeah, hot glue is a great way to do that. Absolutely. Yeah, and if you have a cutter like one of those Crickets or a Scan and Cut or any of those other machines, Silhouette, you can actually cut your own stencils very easily. Okay, so that one, let's pick that up on a piece of tissue. Oh, here, I've got some rice paper. Let's use rice paper. Let's see if I can get them apart here. They're thin and they want to stick together. Here we go. Got a piece of rice paper to pick that up. Let's see if I can get good contact. I like the thinner papers. You know, when I'm gluing things down in a journal, I really like to have the thin layers. The thicker pieces are great for backgrounds or, you know, something that you're going to work on for a surface, but I also like to have this. Okay, there's some grunge love for you guys. That's real grunge love. And I still have some good stuff there. So what did I do with that green gold? I know I had it out here. I know I did. All right. When in doubt and you don't find the green gold, we just go with another color. So I've got this iridescent green. So we'll use that.
All right, let's bring something else here. We need something to calm this down.
I can see I need to use that paint too. I get that on the other side of this piece we were using here.
What was that noise? Did your camera just turn off?
No, it thought my phone thought I was talking to it.
Oh.
I wasn't talking to it. Had no intention of talking to it.
It felt that you should. It felt that it should be involved in your process.
It thought it was part of the conversation, but it wasn't. Really, it wasn't. Yeah, that paint is so... I want my green gold. That paint is just getting way too thick. I'm going to go back to my premium.
Ugh. I'm disgusted with this glitter.
That's what happens when you let things get too old. See if I can get this to separate. Okay, good grunge. Oh yeah, mama. Oh yeah. You guys see that?
I think you're supposed to say, hello, lover.
Yeah. Hey, Vicki Ross and Aunt Beck and Barb Clark. Hey, we're getting a group in here. That's cool.
I guess everyone wanted to have some fun the day after the Christmas.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to move that around and do my pickup. Might as well put the excess over here, see if I can get anything else off of that. Because I want to get something else off of that.
You can do it. This is fun, I'm telling you.
Okay. Get a piece of this black text. See if I can get that. And this one, I'll go with the white. That one needs a stencil and a clean out. So we'll go back to my circular thing here. I've still got this piece that we were starting on with the circles, so let's just add to that.
Oh, circles.
Yeah, circles.
That reminds me of something we need to do.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see if this is transferring yet. Oh yeah, there we go. There's, you can actually see some of the copper still in that. Copper!
Well, if you're going to use a metallic, I think it should be copper.
And
I know that you knew I would think that.
See if we got anything here. Oh, oh yeah, baby. There you go. That's funny. She grew up on Lake Erie. My grandmother was named after Lake Erie. Oh, small world. Okay. I hope this stuff starts to dry because I'm running out of floor. I should have set up my drying rack. I have one of those IKEA drying racks that folds up. But I got lazy and didn't take it out this morning. Okay. So everything is sticking together. There we go. And I want to go back to, do I want the light? Yeah, I want the light. Go back to this one here.
What happened to that one piece? Oh, no, I just can't get some of this off like that.
And then I will do a clean out of that. Just pulling some through the holes. Like so. I still have quite a bit on there, so let me do one more. Like so. And this actually is picking up some of the green gold in here. And now I want to add a color. So let me get, I'll do a little contrast this time. This is some of that chalky paint. Let's see what this looks like. See if it has clumped up to nothingness. Oh, it needs a stir.
I think if I tried to use chalky paint, it would just dry and be yucky. I love the finish on it, but I don't think I could use it on a plate in Arizona.
Yeah.
It just really makes a difference what your climate is.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
I think people sometimes get frustrated because they are watching somebody and they want to do what someone does and then they can't get it, and it's simply because of the humidity in the air where they live.
Well, and you have to figure that out because, I mean, even in Iowa in the winter, it gets dry here. And depending on the change of seasons, things get different.
Yeah.
So you have to pay attention to what's going on.
And even the people from like the gel plate companies, they come to CHA in Phoenix, and the things that they're used to doing at home, they're trying to demonstrate, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because it's just too dry and they don't realize it. So you have to adapt. What do I want to do next? Get this one peeled.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We need some paper. Start doing some pickups. Get this one. I still need to put something on this for pickup.
I want to switch.
I need to get that. Get some of this.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
It was the eye doctors.
Oh.
Reminding about an appointment.
And I had that one spray that was actually spraying. What did I do with it?
All right, let's get some of these.
This was that primary magenta, which I love for a color. And I'm going to add a little bit of this Naples yellow.
Naples yellow. I like it.
Get a mixture going here.
I'll put some tape back on this because I lost the lid. I don't know where it is. Is it gone? Okay, this is emerald green, which is an opaque paint. Maybe we'll go with the black again.
Get another stencil.
Oops. Ugh.
And some more
Yeah, it worked exactly as it was supposed to.
paper. Get some of that colorfulness onto our black.
So I've got out one of the ATC stencils, and I'm just going to try to do the similar thing that I was doing only through the stencil to make some patterns. Then I can make some solid spots too if I want to. And I got my 6x6 over here for the excess. And I think I'm going to pair that with some of this. Well, I better pick up some of this first. Do it all in one fell swoop. Julie's from Waterloo. You know where that is?
Waterloo, Iowa?
Apparently.
It's about 90 minutes away. I do know where that is.
I do not.
It's north. It's on my way to Minneapolis.
Mine aren't very clean. They've got paint on them, but I've also got this on, so it will wash right off. I'm trying to keep my hands out of it. At some point, I will fail at that. Well, look at that. There's a whole bunch of paint on the side of my brayer. Apparently, I didn't do a very good job of
I can overlay.
And neat with this Pour Instant brayer that I have already completely coated with paint. That stuff's never going to come off. Oh my
gosh. Sally says, how are your hands staying so clean? Mine are not clean. You see this?
It's probably just an optical illusion. Ugh. Wow, just a mess. A mess. That's all there is to it. So then I can come in with some of this sienna. I ought to go with this pretty well. Make some of these intricate designs.
Trying to clean out
stencil that's
some of this.
Gonna change soon.
That's what I'm doing, is just cleaning out holes here. Yeah, yeah, art guard, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
You know, Art Guard is like, you've got your big list on Amazon and you want to buy some stuff, and Art Guard just doesn't seem like something you want when you've only got a limited amount of money to spend. Like, you want something fun, right? But it's kind of like those shows where they replace the plumbing in the house because they have to, and that, you know, that increases the value of the house, right? Art Guard's the same thing. It increases the value of your studio time if you can not get all those chemicals on you and can get your hands clean at the end. So even though you might not want to, you should get some. How about phthalo green?
How about phthalo green?
I like it. I think it's a nice color. I think I'm going to have some on this. It's kind of semi-translucent though, so it might not show up very well. But
that's real, everybody. That's one thing I noticed. The chalk paint seems to dry faster than some others when it's just sitting on your shelf.
I'm not sure I even have any chalk paint. I might. I probably tried it and said to myself, you know what, this really doesn't work in my area.
Well, it probably doesn't work for you at all. I mean, because, I mean, honestly, it gets pretty dry here too. So, but I like what it does. Okay, so I've got that. I've got that. I need. Let's get a nice bright yellow. Oh, if I can get the lid off.
What else do I need? I need something else. That phthalo was really kind of too opaque. I mean, too translucent. But it was a nice color. Added a little bit of darks here and there. But I need something else on here. I'm just not sure what. Maybe some of the neutral, like maybe Buff Deep. Let's go for Buff Deep. I think I might just go right through the stencil. Maybe make a circular design over here, some sort.
This is so thick, I'm having a problem just even getting it through the holes of the stencil. I think this one's toast.
Well, at least you're finding out which ones aren't working.
Yeah. So let's see if I can pick that up.
That was what I needed. It was just some lighter color. Yes, I think so. Pretty happy with that.
Oh, come on. Separate for me. There we go.
So what should we do about picking up some of this? Let's use black. Oh, there's a lot of black. I think that went a little bit overboard.
Oh, this darn thing. Keep wanting to switch me over to private. How true, Vicki. You know, that's one of the things that I like about art is it pulls the whole world together. Okay, so there's that one. That'll be some nice tissue to overlay. See how the black text is doing.
Gina says Amazon is enticing because introverts don't have to go anywhere. She just pegged me right there. That's it. That is me right there. I don't have to go anywhere. I can just order what I want, play in my studio, and I don't have to see any people.
Well, okay. So I didn't tell you this story. You guys, I know you love it when I get into storytelling, right? Ha ha. But I'd taken my husband down to the VA for a checkup. And because we were in Iowa City, well, Dick Blick is right there. And I thought, oh, it's early enough in the morning because it was like right before 10 o'clock that I should be able to sneak into Dick Blick and get what I want and get back out of there. So I drive downtown and I pull up to go into the parkade. And there's no warning. I pull up to the gate, to get my ticket to go into the parkade. And the sign pops up that says the lot's full. And I'm looking and I can see empty spots. And I'm saying, this lot isn't full. What are they talking about? So, age of cell phone, right? I get my cell phone out and I call the parking authorities. And I say, I'm trapped. Because, of course, people pulled in right behind me as I'm trying to get into the lot. And I can't go anywhere. So I call the parking authorities and she says, oh, well, I'm so sorry. Yes, it may look like there are empty spots, but we have to reserve so many slots for the people that pay on a monthly basis. So they're really not empty. They belong to somebody. And I thought, oh, joy. So I said, well, how do I get out of here? I'm trapped. I got people behind me and I can't get in. Well, they tried to send somebody over. They weren't sure, how soon that could happen. And I thought, oh, good, I'm stuck here.
That is ridiculous.
So I climb out of the car and I go back to all the people that are in line behind me because it is a 2-lane street, folks. And the people are lined up behind me out into the street and down the block. And nobody can move because we're gridlocked now.
That is so ridiculous.
So you want to know why I don't go shop at Dick Blick?
That would be why.
Because I can't get into the frickin' parking lot.
because apparently people pay for the spots without your knowledge.
Evidently. Well, I mean, I know people work downtown there and they have to have a spot to park in and all of that, but why can't they put a sign outside there before you pull in that says there are no parking spots here?
You would think that they would do that because, yeah.
So I'm back there, you know, my husband's in the car and he's no help. He's chuckling, right? It's like, don't laugh at me. Do not laugh at me. I'm not having a good time with it.
Oh, waited too long.
So I get out and start directing traffic, and people were kind. I mean, they actually let me direct traffic. So good thing they were in the holiday spirit.
People are not in the holiday spirit. I met a lot of people when I was out that were in no way in any holiday spirit, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you had a lot of angry. Had a lot of angry going on.
Yeah. Well, darn it, I let this paint dry, and so now I'm gonna have to do something. How about some quinacridone?
Yeah, I like quinacridone. I've been trying to pull out some iridescent gold.
Ooh. Some people are very fond of that color.
And a new stencil. And do this. Yeah, well, mostly, you know, holiday season, mostly I don't go out and shop at all just because of the people that are doing their last minute shopping. I just stay out of their way because I do my shopping on Amazon.
Yep, me too. Like the little man, he just brings me the stuff and I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, right.
That's the way I like it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Sometimes it's a lady. I don't want to be sexist. It's usually a guy, though.
Okay, I need to let that dry.
Oh, I didn't bring it up. Dang it. Come up.
I can add another color. And this is not quite dry, but we're going to go with it anyway. So what do I want to put on there? Let's get a different color. Let's get this. Nope, haven't opened that one yet. I have determined that I am not opening anything I have not opened before until I use up what I have open.
I think that's a smart plan.
Because I have plenty that's open, let me tell you. So that one is a vermilion hue.
I think I'm going to do something crazy here. I'm going to take this that has all this dried paint, and I'm going to put this over the top of it, and I'm going to pick up from that. Then I'll have hopefully some interesting pattern. But the question is, what am I going to pick up? Do I go with another color, or do I go with decisions? So many decisions. Maybe I just go with something unusual, like a cool gray. That would play off against this very warm palette that I have here going on.
Vicky says we must have stencils breeding in our studios. Well, yeah.
Yeah. They're breeding. It's okay. We don't mind.
Stencils are a very valuable tool, you know.
And that's just it. They're a tool, especially ones that are, you know, so just pattern. They're not like it's oh, it's a dog or whatever, you know.
Well, and you know, I am the original tool girl, so what can I say about that?
Cool gray is kind of nice with that. Let's just pick up some of this pattern over here in the corner.
Let's just, because that's a little bit thick, I just want to take the tip of the iceberg off of here. Very light pickup, like so. That'll help that dry down faster. And
Sally says she's never met an art tool she didn't like. That's true.
How true, right?
Oh, we're even getting a little bit of green from before off this plate. Grungerific.
Okay, I don't think I've used this one before.
Yeah, Vicki, I've got an envelope right up here that I haven't even opened. That's the most recent club. I should get that out and open it and start playing because I know it's got some Mary Beth Shaw stuff in it, which I love. She makes good designs.
Yep.
Because she's a mixed media collage artist like me. She makes stuff I like because of similarities.
Yep. I definitely am hooked.
Yeah. Sometime in the new year.
You know, I'm hooked on a lot of different stencils. I have a lot of Patty Parrish's stencils too. I like her stuff. I have a lot of Gina Aaron stencils.
Oh, I have a lot of Gina Aaron stencils.
Yeah.
But they're like put away. I can't reach them from here. I've only got out the ones I got out, so you know.
Well, I pulled down some of my larger ones for this today because I was using some plates.
Yeah, that was probably a smart move.
So
I want to just layer this stencil on top of that stencil. Then I'm just going to get a little bit of white because I need a little bit of white down here. So I'm going to get, well, come out, white. You come out of the tube already. It'd be helpful. And I'm just going to, I think, maybe sponge through it. I just want this one circle shape with the pattern. So I put one stencil on top of another stencil so that I could get this shape, but in pattern. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. Hopefully it does. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Some white in that corner.
Yeah, that's what she wants.
Thinking about gel printing as a composition is different than thinking about it as just making random stuff. I like that one. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, it may look really random what we're doing, but we do kind of think through the layers, you know, just like I was talking about going back and forth between the light and the dark and when things need to dry. Yeah, I know, Vicki, you might miss something if you quit the club, right?
Exactly. That's how come I haven't. And yeah.
And honestly, you know, when you're in the club, they tell you every month what's coming out that month. And you have a couple of weeks where you could actually stop for that month if you don't like it. And You could come back the next month if you decide you like it. So, I mean, you have opportunities there to make changes to your
It's too much
ordering.
work. I'll just stay in. So
You
this
get a
is
good
this
discount.
month's.
Look at that
club.
gold shimmer. Woo! Gold shimmer. Yeah, baby.
For this month, we have this one, which Mary Beth cut up. She cut like right here, and she cut there, and she cut there. I saw her do it. I think she cut this part off. You know, like I have these little pieces over here.
Yeah.
Same type of deal. She cut this bigger one up. And then she had this positive negative one, which is probably my favorite one in this collection. Because, you know, these shapes are the same as these shapes, but they're just positive and negative on the same stencil. I think that's super cool. And then this one is the small one that has concentric squares.
I
And these
think
are Mary Beth.
when they do the positive and negative, because you really, you know, when you're working with things, you want that.
Yeah. So I probably will cut this up too and add it to my collection of these other cut up ones that are, I just keep them on a, I have one of these like screw together key ring things. And I just put them all through it, and then I hang them up on the wall next to me. So I can grab them at a moment's notice. But I think I'm going to play with this one because that's really cool. I like that positive and negative situation. Maybe get out some, I don't know, some, what do I want to do? Maybe I'll get out some Jaguar media fluid paints. Because she keeps talking about green gold, and now I want to use green gold.
Yeah.
I blame you.
One of my favorites. That and quinacridone magenta.
Yep, quinacridone. Huh, this stencil, it was a virgin, and now it's not.
Uh-oh.
Just gotten paint on it.
Oh, that one is still very wet. Mm-hmm. So, what do I do about that?
That purple's coming out. Play. This isn't actually a bad look. Beautiful. Ew. My roll-off paper is getting very interesting. That's a good start, right there. I don't know. You can also, like, sometimes get paint off of your, well, no, it's already pretty dry, but you can get the paint off the back of the stencil too. Sometimes. Not today, though. Not today. Of all these mashup collection things and everything that they've done recently, this is my favorite small. Because I love this stencil in all three sizes that I have. I have it in a 6x6, and I also have it in the large size. This is a Mary Beth Shaw's mortar, stone and mortar, I think it's called, or something like that. And when they were
that's one of
matching
my
up,
favorites.
they just they made a small one too. So now I have all three sizes of it, and I like it.
Super good one.
Yes, that's probably the best of them all. I think that green gold and Prussian blue look really nice together, so I'm going to get out some of this Prussian blue. Tis a good combo. Put a little bit over here too. Why not? Play with it over there. Getting a little bit crazy over here. All right, where did that? I don't know where to use this stencil again.
Okay, back to some tissue. That. Oops. can't lay it down flat, but I get it.
Welcome, Peggy. Glad you're here.
Hi, Peggy.
I do like it.
All right. I should get another tissue.
Maybe a little bit up here.
Oh.
Do we have anybody here that's brand new to gel plates? Because we didn't really talk about what they are.
Well, yeah, Sally. You're supposed to be working while you're watching.
I don't think most people do. I think they just watch.
Okay, so this one's on tissue. And this one's on tissue.
That's pretty nice. What is my third color? Do I just want?
And now I've still got that good stuff up there. I'm doing some pickup here.
Maybe I'll try to go through. Pick up this pattern again with more green and gold.
Just trying to do a little clean out so I can pick up some of that stuff that's left on the plate. I got a lot of these that need to be a clean up now. And let's go back to green gold here. I want to add a little bit of the, not the gold, I want the Naples in with this.
Let's get this little guy going somewhere here.
Get a variegated color going.
I think we're just gonna go with.
So those are ready
Turquoise, or do we want cobalt? Teal.
to pick up.
Well, I already got one. I'm gonna go with turquoise.
That one, and we'll pick up this one.
Oh, there it is. I already have one. You shouldn't open a new one. That would be
I
wrong.
love that, right?
That would just be wrong.
Oops. Didn't get that down the middle there. There we go. There's that. I still have plenty of wet, moist stuff there. Let's go see if I can pick up again.
All right.
Press it a little bit harder. See if I can get it.
Too much. It's too hot, baby.
There we go.
You ought to handle.
That's got the copper in it. Copper.
Yes, I need to get out some copper.
And I think that's what I will use to pick up on this one. because I like the blue and copper together. Oh, whoops, that wasn't copper, that was gold. Oh, well. What can I say? Gold's pretty too.
Copper.
Blue and gold go together very well.
Oh, well, okay. That's probably a good combination.
Yeah. See, I wasn't paying attention to what I had. So I got a little more than I want. I'm going to just take a little bit of that off.
Oops. Sprayer went onto the ground.
And get a stencil. Get a stencil like so. And clean out.
Okay, that's pretty. It's a nice color combo.
And
that's pretty too. Ooh. Got the mostly teal with a little bit of the phthalo blue and a little bit of green gold. You know, when I collage, I like that section right there is so sexy. I'll just rip that out and use it.
Yeah.
Well, now you keep talking about copper, and now I'm gonna have to get on to copper. See?
I know, I'm bad.
You're such an influencer.
Whoops! I just dropped a whole pile.
See if I can pick up some cool pattern with this copper.
Right in the middle of some wet paint. Don't you love it?
Probably not a good plan, but hey.
No, probably wasn't. Well, they're slippery. They slide right off this chair I got everything sitting on.
Now I want some of that blue back. What color was it? Was it Prussian blue or was it phthalo? I thought it was phthalo. Yeah. Pretty sure. Just keep layering until you like it.
That's right.
What time is it anyways? What do you got? 3 minutes left?
Pick up on that one. We'll do a tissue. Pick up on this one. And I still need to pick this up, so I need a little more blue here to get that. Okay. See what I get with that. Oh, and I didn't lay that down right. So bad.
That's not terrible. It's not my favorite. I think we're about done, Peg.
Okay, Terry. We'll see you.
Don't we usually end it?
Like in 2 minutes, we usually end, yes.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, but then I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. So shall we show our stacks then?
Yeah, let me get these plates out of the way. Whoops.
Find them all.
Because they're still wet. And then I can get all the junk off the floor.
Yeah. Okay, this is my stack, I guess. And I'm doing it a different way than I normally do. I'm using stencils. And what else? And mostly RTs, I think, some Decoworks. All right, flip through. Let's see.
Whoops. Oh, criminy. My stuff just fell all over the floor again.
Small, but really cool. This is actually roll-off paper, and because of this wonky brayer, I got really a lot of interesting texture because the brayer's filthy. That's on black paper. That one was a pickup of entire plate. This is on white paper. And this one's on, this was a pickup too, just picking up everything on the plate using black paint on black paper. So not as much pattern, but then you get like these brilliant little sections like that.
Okay, so I've got a multitude of papers here. I can't even tell you how much I did. These are, show you the black papers. Let's see, that one, that. This one is still wet because I just did it. This was more of a just cleaning out. These are just cleanup papers, but they're good for stuff, you know, when you need a color.
They are. Cleanup papers are
good for things. That's another clean out. You know, these are the clean outs. Okay, so those are all on the black. Then we have the white paper. This is just text white paper. So there's this. There's this. There's a couple of them that are stuck together because they just piled up on the floor. That one. That one. That's got the copper. So you can get a lot done in a short period of time. That one, this one, there, and then down to the bottom of the pile, this one, that one there. I don't even know how many I did. This is insane.
A lot.
That one. That one. Oh, and I'm finding more black underneath. That one. Good heavens. Okay, so we're getting the drift here. I got a lot of stuff done. And you guys saw me doing them. So, and then this was that folder that I was printing with the sprays and the weathered wood. That's what this one was.
I want to print a bunch of folders so I can make like an accordion file fold thing to put little, to separate things so that I can have things that are the same in the same thing.
And these
so
are
that's
just
a plan. I have one of those plans.
tissue papers, lots of tissue papers. More tissue, more tissue, more papers. Okay, that's it.
That was a big pile. You've got a lot of things to play with.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff here.
So everyone says that they had fun and now they're off to do their own arting or other types of things that they need to do. And so thanks everyone for coming. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. You can leave a comment below, but we're really bad about answering comments on this channel. But we'll get there. And also, of course, thank you for joining us, for all the people who watch in the recorded time.
Yeah.
So that's it for us. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Yes, I really do want to end the broadcast.